Okay, so welcome back to another video. In today's video, I am going to break down the loss that I took on the NAS 100 today. And this was because I had a wrong bias, right? So let's just get into the video, right? So let's just get into the breakdown, right? So today, as you can see, we had our London lows there, we had our Asian lows here on the NASDAQ. On the S&P, we have our London lows and Asian lows. Now, what do we see before 9:30, right? This is what I saw, right? So I ended up seeing the London high, or London took out Asian highs, right? But on the NAS 100, we didn't take out Asian highs. You can see right there. We didn't take out Asian highs, right? So at this point, I am seeing the bearish SMT. I am expecting price to open and keep pushing to the downside, right? And if we check on the 15 minutes, we are going to see that there is a huge fair value gap here. Yeah, we have a bearish fair value gap here. So I am expecting to see price tap into that fair value gap and then push to the downside. That's literally what I saw at that time. But yo, look at this right here. We have a sell side liquidity area right here, which has been taken out on the NAS 100. But if we check on the S&P 500, we have this sell side liquidity that is still open. We haven't even tapped into the sell side liquidity yet. But I did not see that. Literally, we literally have a bullish S&T, but I did not see that. I was only focused on um the fact that London highs didn't take out Asian highs. That was the only part that I was looking at. I didn't even see that we have a bullish S&T, right? So coming into the market, what do we see here? Coming into the market, let me go back to my 1 minute time frame, right? So coming into the market, as soon as we had that opening bell, right? You can see price push to the upside to take out this equal highs right here, right? And then I am saying that we are starting to reject. Why? Because I believe that over this 15-minute bearish fair value gap should push us down and take out London lows and then potentially Asian lows, right? So I ended up seeing this. Price didn't actually inverse this fair value gap. When price pushed and started pushing real strong, ended up taking my sell trade right here. And then my stops was literally this candle's high. And then my first take profit was at London lows, and my second take profit was at Asian lows. But as soon as the next candle was printed, we ended up as soon as the next candles were printed, I ended up getting stopped out. So I was kind of confused because price didn't actually inverse this fair value gap, right? And most times I just wait. I just don't usually wait for price to close because I believe that price should actually push to the downside because of this 15-minute bearish fair value gap. But after the trade was done, because I didn't end up taking any other trades, right? So after like everything was done, I ended up coming back into the market to actually see what I did wrong. And yeah, luckily I was able to find out. So as you can see here, sell side liquidity, like I said before, wasn't taken, right? So this is creating a bullish SMT for us right here, right? This is creating a bullish SMT right here for us, but I didn't see that, right? So now if we check on the 5 minute, because you might say, oh, but on the 1 minute, how do you expect us to take this trade, right? Look, let's go to the 5 minute. We're going to see something interesting, right? When price opened, we ended up inversing this 5 minute bearish fair value gap here. Here. We ended up creating a 5 minute inverse fair value gap here. So obviously this should have actually been a good trade right here on the retracement. But I wasn't able to see that and I wasn't able to catch that. So it ended up making me, having the opposite bias because basically now we are bullish. Like we are literally bullish because we've had this SMT. So we definitely should be bullish. But because, yeah, I keep saying I didn't see it. But still, I ended up still losing the trade because I ended up going against the bias, right? So this would have literally been the trade. This should have been the trade right here, right there, right? So obviously we've had this push inversing this fair value gap here on the opening bell. As you see price retracing off of this bullish fair value gap here. Because Lucky enough, luckily enough, we can see price not closing beneath the consequent encroachment of this bullish fair value gap. So the wicks literally did damage, obviously, like we've seen the huge wicks, right? But look, we are not closing below the body. We are not closing below the consequent encroachment of this bullish fair value gap. So as soon as that price taps into this fair value gap, obviously we're seeing this down push. Then on the retrace, and as we're seeing some push, right? Because now I can call this a CISD, right? I can call this. I'm sure if you go down to the like 15 seconds, you can call this a CISD. What is it? Yeah, so we can call this a CISD, right? So that's because we literally swapped our liquidities, right? And then we had the rejection, right? And also, we've now retraced back into the 15-minute inverse fair value gap. We've also tapped into the 1 minute bullish fair value gap, and we are staying above the consequent encroachment. So obviously, this is a good trade right here. And yeah, because we're not just taking trades off of fair value gap only. We need to see confirmations, right? So as soon as the same price start pushing, we could have taken our buys right here, and then maybe you can put your stops right here, and then you can start targeting your London highs, your Asian highs. And if you want to really go crazy, you could target this buy side right here. That if you really want to go crazy, right? So this is literally a 1 to 4 right here. Crazy move, crazy move. Because if we check on the 1 hour, that should be our next draw on liquidity. This buy side right here. Yeah. So that's what happens when you misunderstood the bias or you go against the market's bias, because what you see is not what the market is doing. So that was basically it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.